thought I'd do a video on showing different systems of home protection, and everyone's got their, idea of home protection, what they think's the best. It all comes to your situation, what kind of house you live in, what you're used to, all that shit. I live in a row home, and they're very popular on the East Coast, row homes. You mostly see them in the inner cities. Believe it or not, there's people that watch the channel and they say, "What's a row home?" And you just forget that you're dealing with people all across the country. And they've never seen a friggin' row home before. A row home is a bunch of houses. Come on, I mean, I just can't believe nobody knows what a row home is. I mean, because you see them in movies. Really? All right, I guess I have to explain it. A row home, Jesus, I can't believe I gotta explain this. A row home, I should do a video titled, this is what a row home is. Oh my God. I don't have the patience for YouTube anymore, man. I really don't. A row home is a friggin' house shaped like a Lego, stuck to other houses. Okay? That's what a row home is. Kind of like an apartment, but not really. It's an apartment, but better. It's still like more of a real house because they're built a little nicer than apartments. But they're the same size, but there's different size row homes. There's big ones and there's little ones. There's big ones, little ones, and then there's real little ones like mine that look like a friggin' bunker. So I really gotta be very specific and careful on what weapon I would use to defend my house if I ever had to, which I hope I never have to. So I got all kinds of choices. To me, which a lot of other YouTubers agree, Van from Guns and Gear says the shotgun is the king of home protection. And I agree with him 100%. To me, in my situation, he is absolutely right. The shotgun is the king of home protection. Last thing you want to do, if you ever had to use your weapon, is have a mistake going wrong. And it might happen less if you use a shotgun. The whole thing is velocity and penetration. A bullet, which would come from a gun like this is a Glock 21, goes very fast and very far, even a 45, and it penetrates, okay? If I were to use this to defend my house, I better hit my target. I sure better hit it, because if I miss it and the bullet goes flying through the window, where's the bullet going after that? Correct, you have no idea. Correct, there's people out front. This is a populated area. If I lived on a farm or a house with acres and acres and acres, I would have no problem using this. Do I use this for home protection? I do use it, but it scares me. I'm a little worried. But I do. You put this beside my nightstand. It's got the light. It's really a good system. But for how my situation is, I use shotguns more. Sometimes I just get in different moods. I'm like, I'll put my Glock 21 on my nightstand tonight, But what I really should do is use a shotgun system, which I do 90% of the time. Same with this. This is something else I would use, is my Remington R1 Enhanced. I haven't been shooting it a lot, but it's been really great and reliable so far. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I like the 45 for home defense. Here's 3 shotguns here. This is all I can fit out here, so I don't need to put all my firearms out on the table. We got a Mossberg 590A1. I've been wanting one of these forever. I finally found one, which is probably the most reliable shotgun on the table. Here's a Benelli M4. But you gotta remember, even though it is a Benelli M4, it's probably the nicest semi-auto shotgun in the world. It's got to be in the top 5. But it is a semi-auto shotgun, and all it takes is one undercharged round to make this malfunction or fail to pick up another round because it doesn't have enough gas pressure, because it's happened. I fired a lot of rounds through this, and once in a while, once in a blue moon, I will get an undercharged round and it will fail to pick up another round. Not the gun's fault. It's just it's a semi-auto. A semi-auto is not as reliable as a pump. Just like a semi-auto handgun is probably not as reliable as a revolver. But on the other hand, the semi-auto, to me, I have to think less. Because once there's one in the chamber, all I have to operate is the trigger to make it work. With a pump, I have to make sure I operate it correctly, like I don't short stroke it or anything like that, which it's pretty hard to do with these kind of pumps. But it still happens. So it's all kinds of situations. It's you know, it all comes to training, and most of us, you know, we don't train. Okay, I know some of these guys out there with these YouTube channels, they actually train. I don't train. I just get my gun and go to the gun range and shoot them as much as I can. If you want to call that training, no, that's not training. Does it help? Of course it helps. It gets your brain familiar with how the gun works. It's better than nothing. But I feel confident using the Benelli M4 for home protection, but there's that little switch, there's a little doubt in the back of my brain is, well, I hope the ammunition's consistent, or my shotgun might fail. That would suck. This I know would work no matter what, because it's a pump. You're cycling the action, you are loading the chamber manually, and it don't matter if the shell's undercharged or not. It doesn't give a shit. You're working the gun. It's going to work. The problem with this is it's too long for my house. This would be very hard to use for home defense, this shotgun. It is beautiful, and it's tough, and it passed the torture test and won the military contract and all that stuff. It's great knowing that, and I know this is reliable. It's a Mossberg 590A1, man. It's a tough tank. But for me to use this for home protection, as soon as I put it up here, look how long this thing is, man. I mean, I should give you a tour of my house. My wife don't like when I do that, when I show the whole house on camera. I don't know why, but she don't like, so I don't want to do it. But for me to go in my tiny little hallway with this long ass gun, I'm already hitting the tripod with it. Okay, it's just too long. If there was nothing else I could use, okay. Sorry, my light's falling because I have shitty equipment. If there's nothing else I could use, is it better than nothing? Yeah, this is a great home defense system. You use birdshot. You can make the last round double up buck, but I just go with birdshot. Birdshot's more powerful than you think. But like I said, is it ideal for my situation? No. It's good for my situation, but it's not ideal for my situation. So there's a dilemma. You know what I mean? Then you got the Benelli M4, which is a little shorter. Okay, it's about 3 inches shorter. It's a little better. But like I said, it's that semi-auto, and I gotta hope I got good quality ammunition in there for this thing to operate. What's cool about this though, if it does fail to pick up a round, all you have to do is push this button, and it'll assist you. But you don't want to be thinking about all that. If your heart's pounding and you're shaking and you're sweating, you're not going to think of that. Trust me, it's just not going to happen. So great. So this is a little shorter, but still way too long. It's just still too long. It's not way too long, but I might be able to make this work. It's pretty short, but it's not that short. Okay? The problem with this is it's really not much the length. It's the reliability, because it is a semi-auto. Okay? And you know, the 9M4 is a very reliable semi-auto. Trust me. I know people are having thousands of rounds through them. But I've even experienced with an expensive gun like that, if you have ammunition that's not consistently loaded right, it won't run. It happens. Now this, on the other hand, would be absolutely perfect for my situation. As you can see, I now have the Magpul flip-up sights on here. I am not favoring this gun because it's new and I have a hot nut for it. Okay, it's empty. This is perfect. Holds plenty of ammo, holds 15 rounds. It's nice and short. You know, my hand's almost to the end of the muzzle, and there is nothing stopping. I can move fast with this, swing it left to right real fast, down and up if I had to, and I wouldn't have to worry about banging into anything. But right now, as of now, the problem with this is we don't know how reliable it is. Right now, it is reliable. It is a pump, which is great. I'm glad it's a pump. I'd rather this be a pump than if they had a semi-auto. I'd rather have the pump because I'm in control. I know I can make it work and it's going to be more reliable. But it's a new design. These only been out for about 3 or 4 years. They're new. So I have 110 rounds through it. So far it's running perfect. After I get about, I don't know, 200 to 300 rounds through it, I think I will be really confident probably to have this as my primary self-defense weapon because of this tiny little house that I live in. It's really small. It's so small, dudes. You guys, anyone that's been to my house, any YouTubers, you guys know how small my house is. I mean, if you get a hard on, you'll break a window. That's pretty small, okay? So if this can prove itself to me, which it has so far, to be a tough, reliable weapon, this would be the ultimate home defense weapon for my situation. This would be great. This is one of the reasons why I wanted one of these so bad. Not because they look cool, that is part of the reason, but this would be so useful. I will use it, use it, use it. So I need to shoot it to make sure it's reliable. So far, so good. And KSG's kicking ass. Other than that, right now, I'm doing the pump shotgun, or I'm doing the Glock 21. This is what I do. I switch. It's between these three, or one of my 1911s. This one runs really reliable. So that's what I'm doing. I would like the KSG to be the primary. But like I said, I got to shoot it more. It's got to prove itself to me. And this is like a great video to do video responses to, but I heard YouTube ain't allowing that anymore. Because I would say, hey, what's your most comfortable, reliable home protection firearm would be a good video response, but not doing it anymore. So leave a comment. Alright guys, let me know what you think. I'll talk to you soon.